Beneath Johannesburg's gleaming skyline lies a darker history, one written in whispers and shadows. Today, we journey into 4 haunting tales that have shaped the soul of the City of Gold. These aren't just stories, they're the memories of a city that never forgets. What if I told you that one of South Africa's most prestigious schools has been haunted by the same ghost for over a century? Jeppe High School for Boys in Johannesburg isn't just famous for its academic excellence since 1890. Students and teachers here share corridors with something else entirely. They call her the Afkop Vrou, the Headless Woman. The legend begins during World War I. A woman's husband never returned from the trenches. Overcome with grief after her husband's death, she is said to have committed suicide. Some variations of the story suggest she jumped from a nearby hill and was decapitated in the process. Now, her restless spirit wanders through Payne Hall, carrying her own head in her hands, searching eternally for the love she lost. Students report seeing her ghostly figure retracing the same sorrowful path through the corridors. Others hear the unmistakable sound of weeping echoing through the hostel during school terms. The presence is so real that the Afkop Vrou has become part of the school's living history. For over 130 years, this institution has educated young minds while harboring one of Johannesburg's most enduring mysteries. The Afkop Vrou remains, a reminder that some grief transcends even death itself. What would you do if you encountered her in those historic halls? In 1896, they built a prison. In 2025, it's still occupied. This is the Johannesburg Fort, where thousands of prisoners endured unimaginable hardship during apartheid. Political activists, freedom fighters, ordinary people, all locked behind these walls. Staff and visitors report whispers echoing through empty halls, footsteps that follow you down deserted corridors. Security guards describe shadowy figures appearing in cells that once held political prisoners, only to vanish when approached. The fort's history of torture and human rights violations seems etched into its very foundation. Psychologists say trauma can imprint on spaces. If that's true, these walls absorbed decades of injustice, fear, and hope. Perhaps when injustice runs this deep, the walls themselves remember. What if the walls of Johannesburg's oldest mansion could speak? In Parktown, they do, and they tell a story that will follow you home. Nestled among Parktown's elite residences sits a Victorian masterpiece known locally as the House of Fear, a name earned not through architecture, but through whispers that span generations. The year was 1889. As wealthy industrialists transformed Johannesburg's skyline, a woman's life was cut tragically short during the mansion's construction. Her identity lost to time, but her presence eternal. Local paranormal investigators have documented unexplained cold spots, doors that open and close on their own, and objects that move without explanation. The most compelling accounts come from the mansion's east wing, where staff and residents report glimpsing a woman in Victorian dress, her figure translucent in the moonlight, methodically searching each room before vanishing through solid walls. South African folklore experts believe she searches for something precious, perhaps a keepsake, a letter, or evidence of a betrayal. something hidden within the mansion's ornate woodwork that prevents her spirit from finding peace. The House of Fear stands silent on its hill, neither confirming nor denying the stories. But ask any Parktown resident about the mansion on a foggy night, and watch how quickly they change the subject. In 1886, gold was discovered in a place that would become Johannesburg. But the miners who worked there claim something else was found in those depths, something that still haunts the tunnels today. This is Langlaate, the birthplace of one of the world's largest cities. When the first prospectors struck gold here, they had no idea they were opening a gateway to generations of unexplained phenomena. Miners began reporting strange occurrences deep underground. Equipment would malfunction without explanation. Unexplained sounds echoed through the tunnels when no one else was there. But most disturbing were the sightings. Shadowy figures moving in the darkness, believed to be the spirits of miners who never made it out alive. These weren't just isolated incidents. The reports came from different shifts, different crews, all describing the same phenomena. The mine claimed lives through cave-ins and the harsh conditions that early miners endured. And according to those who worked there, those souls never truly left. Today, Langlaate stands as a reminder that some places carry the weight of their history. The gold that built Johannesburg came at a price that may still be collecting interest. 4 tales, 4 locations, 1 city forever marked by its past. Whether you believe these encounters are glimpses into another realm or echoes of trauma embedded in Johannesburg's very foundations, one thing remains certain: the stories live on. They're passed down through generations, whispered in townships, and felt by those brave enough to walk these haunted grounds after dark. The city of gold may shine bright, but its shadows run deep. What do you think? Are these manifestations of the supernatural, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts below. And if you know of other South African folklore that deserves to be told, let us know.